We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and today, baseball, and we'll end it out with Game 6 of the. My phone's going off. Let's go. Game 6 of the NBA Finals, and we'll go from there. I'm actually going to steal one of Nick's hats. We'll steal one of the Colorado Rockies because. My hair's a mess. But before we jump into today's card, we'll go ahead and take a look back at what happened yesterday. What went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting, and it was a good day. It was a profitable day. We were up 1.27 units. I will say, we started off good. Under in the Seattle game was a winner. Detroit run line got postponed. We'll talk about that doubleheader today. Miami Marlins lose 4-2. How about the Colorado Rockies? Plus 145 winner. The Nationals have now lost 11 games in a row. And they have not looked good. Phoenix, who had a 22-9 lead after the first quarter, proceeded to lose every quarter after that and could not cover the 14.5 point spread. The next play up, and I'll go ahead and pull this one up. Yankees lose. Angels money line. I had plus 190. Nice little winner there. We had the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. Because the fire alarm was going off yesterday, and we thought red, hot, fire, Reds, money line. It was the game we were about to start. So, Reds, money line, winner. Thank you, fire alarms. Mets game we won't talk about. What the fuck, Orioles? For real. The Baltimore Orioles were up 8-0 yesterday. They lose 12-8. Huh? Minus 102 for the money line. Loser. Under in the Kansas City game with 2 runs in the top of the 8th. Made it a loser. And then the Cleveland Guardians money line was a winner. So we cashed on that one. We will end up 1.27 units. So we'll roll with that. And we'll hopefully have another good day into today. So we'll see how that one goes. Let's go say hi to the chat, and we'll go from there. Hit Byron Buxton home run because it was the first name that popped up into my head when the shows talked about dingers. Hell yeah. I already brought up that one. Yes, it's always a beautiful day to watch the Yankees lose. The Minnesota Twins lost a 6th-inning game, and now the Guardians pass us. Unbelievable. I know, it was great. My Reds money line winner. Someone call 911. Shoddy fire burning on the dance floor. Yes, we had the fire alarm yesterday, for sure. Yes, I lost the over 9.5 in the Twins game. I believe that should avoided. Check your rolls on your sports book because totals have to go at least like 8.5 innings or something, just like run lines. So definitely check your sports book. You should be able to get that one as a push. Unless your sportsbook has different rules. But most sportsbooks have that in line, so I don't know. Let's jump into the next. Let's jump into the card. The Twins and the Reds will start us off. We've got it at a pick'em with a total of 9.5. Chris Paddack versus Nick Martinez. Paddack this year has been actually pretty solid, although he is coming off of a very rough start. 8 earned runs and 12 hits against the Houston Astros. A 14 starts, a 2-6 record, a 4.3 ERA, 75 and a third innings pitched, 36 earned runs, 23 walks, and 53 strikeouts. So he has been solid. You just take out like 2 ugly starts, and his numbers look a lot better. On the opposite side, you got Nick Martinez, who has been a consistent piece to this rotation. 14 starts, a 4-7 record, but the Reds aren't really winning games anyway. A 3.92 ERA, 80 and a third innings pitched, 35 earned runs, 18 walks, and 58 strikeouts. So he's been solid as well. So I definitely think you got a good pitching matchup here. Now, in terms of how these two teams are hitting. We'll go ahead and refresh our Fangraphs pages so that we can get the accurate numbers. The Twins and the Reds. So Minnesota is 16th against right-handed pitching. That's 103 WRC plus. Cincinnati's got 106 WRC plus. That is 11. So hitting advantage towards the Reds. I'd say pitching advantage slightly towards the Reds, but nothing too crazy. Let me pull up the numbers. I was looking at the NBA game. So that one is not there. So we'll go to, there we go. Lines moved from Cincinnati minus 114 to 113 to minus 109. So not a crazy amount of line movement, and the line's gone from 9 at minus 120 to 9.5 at minus 106. So move towards the over. All the money's on the Reds, and the line's moving towards Minnesota ever so slightly. It's going to keep me off this game because if I'm going to back based off the line movement, either a pitching advantage or a hitting advantage have to be involved. Both of them went towards the Reds. Market's moving towards the Twins. So this one's going to be a pass for me. Morning, Tim. How are you? I'm good, Brad. I'm good. Arkansas, that was a brutal loss yesterday. Yes, it was. I forgot to mention those. Thank you for bringing that one up because we have our championship series in college baseball as LSU will be taking on Coastal Carolina. So I had both of those yesterday. LSU money line, never in doubt. That was a hell of a game. Hard fought by both sides. I think we deserved a third game between the two of them, but hey, I'm all right with that. LSU versus Coastal in the finals. So excited to see that one. Damn, did OKC win or did they lose? They played tonight. So we'll find out. All right, guys, here is everybody's favorite series right now as the Colorado Rockies and the Washington Nationals are going at it. Nationals still laying a number at minus 160 after they've lost 11 straight games. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 straight. Losing 2 to Texas, getting swept by the Mets, swept by the Marlins, and losing the first 3 to the Colorado Rockies in that time span. Most of those losses, all but 3 of those losses, were by the run line. So absolutely nasty from the Nationals. Let's look at the pitchers. Chase Dollander, first-round pick out of Tennessee. 11 starts so far this year, a 2-7 record, a 6.57 ERA. 50 2/3 innings pitched, 37 earned runs, 25 walks, and 46 strikeouts. He's a pitcher that pitches in Coors Field. I can't expect much from him. On the opposite side, you got Trevor Williams, who has not been good this year, but who has been good over there besides Mackenzie Gore. 14 starts, a 3-8 record, 5.71 ERA, 69 1/3 innings pitched, 44 runs, 17 walks, and 52 strikeouts. And they've lost his last 3 starts. I trust 0 with the Nationals right now. Although you look at the hitting stats, Colorado's dead last they're tied for last against right-handed pitching, tied with the White Sox. Nationals below average, 98 WRC plus, but this is a team that just can't hit right now. Lions moved 5 cents towards the Nationals, so I'm not going to bother with it. But the line's gone from 9.5 at minus 105 to 9.5 at minus 118 for the over. So they are expecting an over. This one isn't over here. Between these two pitchers, both of them have not been great. And I can get a 9.5 at minus 113. Minus 113 for the over. That's where we're going to be going in this one. Neither pitcher has been good. Expect this one to be a high-scoring fireworks game. You're right. The Twins over was a no bet. Boom. There you go. Good looks. What time are they playing? 8 o'clock, I think. You could look it up on ESPN. You know that, Love losing my first bet back. LOL. Oh, well. Took 5 bets today. Get it. Over 9.5. You got even money? Good for you. This has been a lot of fun. Although it'd be more fun if the Mets were winning. But the Yankees are on a nice little 6-game losing streak, including getting swept by Boston and losing the first 3 games to the Angels at home. Sorry, all these losses were at home. I love it. Tyler Anderson taking on Carlos Rodon. Anderson this year, 14 starts, 2-4 record, 4.44 ERA, 75 innings pitched, 37 earned runs, 26 walks, and 61 strikeouts. He's been good. On the opposite side, you got Carlos Rodon, who has pitched in 15 games, an 8-5 record, a 3.01 ERA, 89 and 2/3 innings pitched, 30 earned runs, 32 walks, and 107 strikeouts. Pitching advantage is towards the Yankees for now. Boston swept them in Fenway. My bad. Thank you, anonymous source watching the show. I just noticed that. Yeah, it was in Fenway. So there you go. In terms of hitting versus, or they get both of them are lefties. The Yankees are number 2 in baseball against lefties. Number 1 in baseball against lefties is the Houston Astros. Interesting. Angels are 3rd to last. Although I'm going to probably take a lot of consideration out of this because I want to bet something in this game. Line has moved towards the Yankees. I'm probably going to end up staying off of it. Line's gone from 8.5 to 9.5. So it's a pretty significant movement. Not enough for the Yankees to be a cash cow. But I look towards it. You've got 81% of the bets and 69% of the handle is on the under in this game, and it's moving towards the over. I think this is another over here. Although I can't bet it. The Yankees haven't been scoring. And I would love to see the Yankees lose and take the Angels money line, but the way that the line's moving and everything, I don't really see it. I'll root for it, but I think the Yankees probably snap their losing streak today. Yeah, I'm not going to talk you off the Angels. I'm not. I just don't think I can take it today. Let's keep on rolling, and I will say this is a doubleheader today, and I probably will end up betting both sides of it, and it's going to probably be Tigers both ways. I'll probably have to lay a -2 in the first game with Scooble, but I was going to do that yesterday anyways. You got the Tigers and the Pirates. This one, the Tigers are actually 330 favorites in this game. Andrew Heaney and Tariq Skubal. We already talked about both these pitchers yesterday. I was on the Tigers yesterday to begin with. If you want to break down on these pitchers, I did talk about them in yesterday's show. The line is moving a little bit towards the Tigers, and the line is moved towards the over at that 7 number. All the money's coming on the Tigers. I am going to be grabbing Tigers both game of the doubleheader. I have to grab a -2 because -1.5 is -140, so I'm not doing that. So -2 at -113 for the first game, and I can get the Tigers money line at plus money in the second game, fading Paul Skeens. So Tigers sweep doubleheader today. We'll grab the Tigers game 1, and we'll grab the Tigers in game 2. In game 2, I think it's a bullpen game versus Skeens. I don't care. I'm grabbing the plus 120 because most of the time, if I'm backing one side of a doubleheader, I'm going to be betting both sides. So Tigers sweep doubleheader. There we go. Tigers 2 ways. Pirates, Tigers game 2. I'm not going to switch sides for games. I'm going to take one side on both games. So this one's another doubleheader, but we don't have a starting pitcher yet for the game 2. We got Eric Fetty and Sean Burke in game 1. I believe that's what it is. I want to make sure just because Covers loves to screw me. And we don't have a pitcher for the Brewers today, so I might have to take that one off the thing. Yeah, it is Scooble versus Heaney. Man, I'm a little bit annoyed because I would love to have seen for this one real quick. I wanted to see Scooble versus Skeens. That would have been an amazing game. But anyways, do we have a doubleheader pitchers for this? McGreevy versus Vasil in game 2. There we go. I see it now. Thank you. It was all the way at the bottom of the MLB. So there you go. But I look at this series because I'm not going to look at all the numbers and everything for double headers like that. I would want to grab White Sox in both games or nothing. I'm going to stay off of this doubleheader. I was looking through it earlier, not really much interest in it. So I'm going to stay off this doubleheader. If I was betting anything, it's White Sox in both games. Cardinals. Oh, you're going Pirates in game 1. I got you. Cardinals -1.5 at +120. See, yes, I like Burke, and Vasil is supposed to be a solid prospect. But I don't know. I'm going to stay off that one. Now, I will say we're going to have to skip over this game, and the only reason why is I got TBD for Milwaukee there. I've got TBD for Milwaukee there. No place has anything. Let's go check the sports book real quick. But I believe everybody has TBD for Milwaukee today. Oh, BetOnline says Peralta. BetOnline says Peralta for Milwaukee today. So there you go. Peralta. Okay. I got to pull up his stats now. So we can go and do that. But we got the Brewers and the Cubs. Brewers are actually one game back of a wild card. All right, they're right in it. So I don't know if they're going to be selling, although they definitely still could. I'm getting a random. Oh, never mind. So I was getting a random call. That's fun. Peralta this year has a 6-4 record and a 2.6 ERA in 15 starts, 83 innings pitched, 84 strikeouts, and a 1.13 WHIP. I could definitely see the Milwaukee Brewers trading him. As crazy as that sounds, I could definitely see it happening. But I'm not gonna say that like that's gonna be a guarantee. But we've seen it before. On the opposite side, Jamison Taillon for the Cubs, 14 starts, a 7-3 record, a 3.48 ERA, 82 and 2/3 innings pitched, 32 runs, 16 walks, and 65 strikeouts. Jamison Taillon has been solid this year. So I really like this pitching matchup. Both of them righties. Cubs 5th against righties, 115 WRC plus. Milwaukee bottom 6 against righties at 93 WRC plus. So pitching advantage towards Milwaukee, hitting advantage 100% towards the Cubs. And then we look at the line movement from -108 to -125. So line is moving towards them Cubbies, and lines move 13 cents towards the over. Does the line towards the Cub make sense? Yes, with 81% of the bets and 78% of the tickets on the Cubbies, it does make sense. I will say I kind of lean towards the under, but the way the line's moving on that one, I'm not going to touch that one. Keep in mind it's getaway day, so be careful. Not really anything for me. Good, you found it on ESPN. I'm glad. Brewers money line. Any parts for Gordon against the starter for the product? I'm guessing the Athletics, or that's who you guys are playing, right? Yeah, the Athletics. We'll talk about that game later. It's okay, Brad. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. First, we got to talk about the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. Michael Waka, and Sean Armstrong are going to go after it. Waka, 14 starts, a 3-6 record, a 3.38 ERA, and 80 innings pitched. 30 earned runs, 21 walks, 60 strikeouts. I really like Waka, and he's been very, very good for the Royals this year. Sean Armstrong is pitching for the Rangers, former ECU Pirate. This will be his second start. Granted, guys, he's a reliever. His one start, he went 3 innings. I don't really expect that from him, but he has been really good this year. In his last 10 10 appearances, he has not allowed an earned run. Granted, they're 1 inning, 3 innings, 1.1, 0.2, 0.1, 1.0, 0.2, 0.1, 1.2, 1.1. But he has not been allowing any earned runs, so he's been really consistent as of late. Both teams against righties, bottom part of the league. Bottom 5 both. 91 WRC plus for Texas, 87 WRC plus for the Royals. So both of them suck hitting righties, which I said that yesterday, and the line went and the total went over. In terms of line movement, line has moved towards the under, and the line's moved 3 cents towards Texas. Let's see if it makes sense. It does, but I am going to be grabbing the under here, just because both teams bottom 5 against their respective pitchers. It's just a spot that I like to. I mean, I've been betting a lot of unders in Ranger games all year because they can't hit. So I'm going to be grabbing the under in this Royals and Rangers game. So we'll fire away at that one. Royals are pass. They hit better on the road. Fair. Today I'm going to try this. I'm going for the Texas Rangers today. I'm going to stay away from Kansas City. Good luck. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays minus 145 or 140, sorry, with a total of 8.5. Ryan Nelson versus Kevin Gausman. Nelson this year has pitched in 15 games. 5 of them were starts. He's been a longer reliever. He goes at least 2 innings every time he's out there. 3-2 record, a 4.14 ERA in 50 innings pitched, 23 earned runs, 16 walks, 41 strikeouts. He's more of a bullpen pitcher, but he does go longer distance. Up against Kevin Gausman, who 14 starts, a 5-5 record, a 4.08 ERA. 37 innings earned runs in 181 2/3 innings pitched, 20 walks, and 80 strikeouts. Strikeout numbers, I like it. He is coming off of a rough start versus the Phillies, but I can definitely see a bounce back spot here. Although, if you look at the team that they're playing, the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are number 2 in WRC plus versus right-handed pitching. And Toronto is 15th at 103 WRC plus. So both of them above average in WRC plus. So at least you got that. Where you got the line movement 2 cents towards the Arizona Diamondbacks. And the line is moved 3 cents towards the under. Interesting. And then the line movement, I guess, makes a little bit of sense. I kind of like the Arizona Diamondbacks today. Not going to end up getting to it because I don't feel like there's enough value on it. But I kind of lean Diamondbacks with the way that they've been hitting. Although they have, I believe, lost the last 2 games against Toronto. They've lost 3 in a row after winning 5 in a row and trying to get themselves back. Now they're back under 500. So right when they were trying to do something, and then they kind of put themselves back. Where are they in terms of wild card? Where are both these 2 teams? Kind of an update. Arizona, 3 games back of a wild card spot. San Diego's barely in it now. So that's interesting to see. And Toronto's currently in the second wild card spot. They're 2.5 games up on Cleveland and Boston. So that's interesting to see. And 3 games up on Seattle. Watch out, the Angels. Only a game and a half back of a wild card spot, and they're 1 game under 500. Very intriguing. I'm going to stay off this game, but it's probably lean towards Arizona, if anything. Nice call on the Roosters. Yes, I've been on Coastal Carolina ever since they made it out of the regional. I was on them throughout the entire year too. I believe I picked them to win the Sun Belt. So I was really high on that team. So it was good to see them make it to Omaha. You know, I was rooting for a mid-major school, and I'm hoping that they could finish it out. So I got 18-1 on them to win the championship after regionals. D-backs over 8.5. I could see it. D-backs money line. They smashed righties. Lots of lefties in that lineup. I don't hate the Diamondbacks today. What game is this? Baseball. I'm talking Arizona and Toronto. Do not trade Eugenio Suarez. He hits bombs. It depends on how the Arizona Diamondbacks do in the next little while. If they don't feel like they're going to be competitive, and Eugenio Suarez will be the first guy that they trade, just because he's going to be a free agent. Corbin Burns hits bombs. He's going to be there for a while. I'm going for the Diamondbacks. Gurriel hits bombs. Diamondbacks pitching is awful. It really is. Well, 2 games ago, we talked about Shawn Armstrong, a former ECU Pirate. Now we get to talk about another former ECU Pirate in Gavin Williams. He's taking on Logan Webb. Minus 170 is the Giants, 7.5 total. The big rig, Mr. Gavin Williams, 14 starts, 5-3 record, and 3.89 ERA and 69, nice, and a third innings pitch, 30 earned runs, 39 walks, and 72 strikeouts. If he can get those walks numbers down, he's going to be something really good. But those walks numbers have to come down. On the opposite side, you got Logan Webb, who I'll put in the conversation for a Cy Young Award. And I think he definitely is. He's 20-1. Paul Skeens is currently running away with it at minus 360. Just like Tariq Skubal, minus 270. Both of them running away with Cy Young at the moment. But Logan Webb has looked great this year. 15 starts, a 6-5 record, 2.58 ERA, and 94 and a third innings pitched, 27 earned runs, 20 walks, and 105 strikeouts. He has been really, really good. We'll go ahead and take a look. Both of them are righties. We got the Guardians hitting 21st in baseball, 98 WRC plus. San Fran slightly above them at 101, so slight hitting advantage towards the Giants. Pitching advantage, as much as I love Gavin, is towards the Giants. Let's see where this line has gone. It's gone from minus 175 to minus 172. So line is moving towards Cleveland by 3 cents. And it's gone towards the over. Started at 7 at minus 113. Now it's 7.5 at minus 108. We go and look at the money in this one, where San Francisco is getting 77% of the bets and 72% of the money. The line's moving slightly towards Cleveland. Sign me up for Cleveland today. I feel like they're live dogs here. I'm going to back Gavin. That I kind of like the under 2, but I can get a nice plus 150 price tag on this one, plus 155. Yeah, I'm going to take the Guardians here to continue winning because they won yesterday. I was on them yesterday, so I'm going to go right back to them today. Give me Cleveland today. Not sponsored. Although they should. San Fran parlay piece. No. How about the Astros? We'll talk about them in a couple games. Like I said earlier, Brad. I'm going for D. Hey, 2025. You do what you want to do. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Phillies and the Marlins. The Phillies minus 140 with a total of 7.5. Christopher Sanchez taking on Edward Cabrera. Sanchez this year has been really freaking good. 14 starts, a 5-2 record, a 3.05 ERA, 79 and 2/3 innings pitched, 27 earned runs, 28 walks, 88 strikeouts. He's had, I'll say his worst game of the year came all the way back on April 6th. And that was 4 earned runs. Other than that, 3 or less in every single game. He has been phenomenal for the Phillies this year. And I hate giving the Phillies props. So there you go. Edward Cabrera is on the opposite side. 10 starts, 2-2 record, a 3.99 ERA, 49 2/3 innings pitched, 22 earned runs, 21 walks, 53 strikeouts. I'm not an Edward Cabrera believer. I'm just not. So there you go. We'll take a look at the hitting stats. Miami against lefties is Actually, not bad. No. Where's my 13th? 91 WRC plus, so slightly below average for the Miami Marlins against lefties. Good for them. Phillies against righties, I believe, are up here. Yep, 107. So pitching and hitting advantage towards the Phillies. Take a look at the line movement where, holy crap, it's gone from 165 to 125 for the Marlins. 40 cents towards the Marlins. Interesting. And it's gone from 8 to 7.5. Where's all the money coming in? That's not that. I'm grabbing the Marlins today. 86% of the bets, 51% of the money's on the Phillies. That's just whew. Yeah, give me the Marlins at home plus 130. To come away with this one. That line movement and the money, oh my god. I wish I bet it last night because I could have gotten a lot better of a line, but I don't care. Marlins plus 130 versus the Phillies today. Is there NHL tonight? Nope, no more NHL for a while. Isn't it beautiful? No more NHL. Suppness, Lex. Phillies run line? Nope. Over 7.5, I can see. And Mr. Lex Steele coming in with the $10 donation, saying Earle Sports Bets. What's up, Lex? Boy, do we appreciate that. By the way, you could have used that to become a member of the YouTube channel, and you could have gotten our card every day. But anyways, Lex, we do appreciate you becoming with the $10 donut. Hope you're doing well, dude. Who's not doing well is the Mets. Holy crap, that was rough last night. The Mets have lost 5 games in a row. Still first place in the National League East. Still one of the best teams in baseball, but a little bit of a rough stretch. And it doesn't get easier because they're going up against Spencer Strider tonight. Although I do believe the Mets have decent numbers versus Spencer Strider. Spencer Strider versus Mets. Strider is 4-1, but in his 8 appearances, he's got an ERA of 5.58. He's allowed 19 earned runs in 30 innings against him. So the Mets do hit well against Spencer Strider. And he does not look the same this year. But Clay Holmes is going for the Mets this year, which you can make the argument Clay Holmes for the All-Star game because, boy, has he been great. 14 starts, 73 record, a 2.87 ERA, 78 and a third innings pitched, 25 earned runs, 25 walks, 68 strikeouts. I'll make the argument for 2 Mets pitchers getting into the All-Star, 2 Mets starting pitchers getting into the All-Star game with Clay Holmes and with David Peterson. I think both of them deserve it. Clay Holmes has been fantastic this year. Spencer Strider was coming back from his surgery. He came back for a start, then hurt himself again. He did come off of a 6-inning shutout game. It was against the Colorado Rockies. But that's been the only game that the Braves have won when he pitched. He's 1-5 with a 4.35 ERA in 31 innings, 15 earned runs, 12 walks, 37 strikeouts. His velocity is down. His accuracy is down. But he's going to get better as he goes because he was sitting 95 when he was normally sitting 98. But he will get better as the season goes along. Both of them are against righties. 116 WRC plus for the Mets, all the way down to the Atlanta Braves at 103 WRC plus. Hitting and pitching advantage with the New York Metropolitans in this one. Line is moved nowhere. It opened up at 135 and it's still at 135 for the Braves. And lines moved 8 cents towards the over in this game. With no line movement, more money and everything's coming on the Braves, I kind of want to take the Mets here. I'm going to take the Mets here with the pitching and hitting advantage. I think they're able to get to Spencer Strider, snap the 5-game losing streak. The line movement, I am starting to see a little bit lower numbers now. I can get Mets plus 115 to avoid the sweep today. So give me the New York Mets in this one. And I will say, I think it's bullshit that the Mets are playing a getaway day at 7 o'clock tonight, and then they have to go to Philadelphia tomorrow. So that's kind of an awful spot. Cam, I'm not talking about the Astros. I'm talking about what the standings did in the Astros. The Astros are in first place. Mets money line. Wake up, Mets. For real, they need to wake up. Is Clay related to Grant? No, he's not. Sounds like an over is the safer bet. Maybe a Mets team total over. I like Clay Holmes. I like Clay Holmes in this one. Mets reverse run line. Dude, I hope so. We've got 3 more baseball games, and then we'll talk over the NBA. Rays and the Orioles in this one. What the hell happened to the Orioles yesterday? They blew an 8-0 lead, and they lose by 4 runs. This team is in shambles right now. They're 11 games under 500, and they're just not there. They're going to be selling at the deadline whatever they can. But Baltimore, I don't know what happened, but they've just not been great. Charlie Morton versus Drew Rasmussen. Morton, 16 appearances this year. 10 of them were starts. 3-7 record, a 6.05 ERA, 61 innings pitched, 41 earned runs, 32 walks, 67 strikeouts. He has been awful, garbage, dog shit. On the opposite side, you got Drew Rasmussen, who has been really sharp for the Rays. 14 starts, 6-4 record, a 2.55 ERA. Honestly, you can make the argument for Drew Rasmussen being a pitcher for the American League in the All-Star game. 74 innings pitched, 21 runs, 15 walks, and 62 strikeouts. 100 million% pitching advantage Tampa Bay Rays, and it's not particularly close. Both of them are righties. I will say Tampa Bay Rays, 6th in WRC Plus versus righties. Baltimore, 8th. So line pitching and hitting advantage towards the Tampa Bay Rays. Then we look at the line movement in this one, where the line's moving towards Baltimore. The line opened up at minus 150. Now it's down to minus 135 for Tampa, which is going to end up keeping me off the Rays because I really wanted to bet the Rays because all the money's on them and the line's moving towards the Orioles. I can't get involved in it. It kind of has to correlate a little bit. I think Tampa Bay probably wins. I think they win by the run line. But with the line movement the way it is, I can't touch it now. Rays money line's a parlay piece. Maybe. I had the under in the O's game. I checked the score in the second inning. I seen 8-0. I was heated. I was excited to see 8-0. And then at the end of the 5th inning, it was tied, and I was pissed. And then they lost, and I was even more pissed. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Houston Astros and the Oakland Athletics. The Astros minus 130 with a total of 10.5. Here you go, Brad. Here is finally your Houston Astros. You've got Colton Gordon this going for him. 6 starts, a 2-1 record, a 4.7 ERA, 30 2/3 innings pitched, 16 earned runs, 2 walks, and 30 strikeouts. Strikeout numbers, impressive. Walk numbers, impressive. He's been good. I would say pitching advantage because he's going up against. Is this actually Jacob Lopez? I thought it was Jorge Lopez for a minute. I would have been like, but no. 9 appearances, 5 of them were starts. He started his last 2 games where he went 6-4 innings, so he's more of a starter now. 1-4 record, but that was mostly coming in relief. 4.8 ERA, 30 innings pitched, 16 earned runs, 13 walks, and 40 strikeouts. Strikeout numbers, very impressive. Pitching advantage towards Gordon. Hitting against lefties. Houston, number 1 in baseball. 139 WRC plus. Athletics, 100 WRC plus, which is 12, which is exactly average. But both teams can hit against lefties. We go to where the lines moved, and the lines moved 7 cents towards the Athletics. Can't touch the Athletics here. I wanted to look towards the over. The line movement for the over has not moved. I'm going to be grabbing the over. Both teams smash left-handed pitching. And I'm going to bank on them continuing to do that. So Houston and Oakland, I can get over 10 at minus 118. So we'll go ahead and grab the over here. Astros parlay piece. Or you just run line the Astros and you bet it straight. Giants, Rays, Astros. I'm against you on the Giants. Sam, I'm going for Baltimore. Okay. Final MLB game of the day, we got the San Diego Padres and the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers have kind of opened up that lead in the American League and National League West because they are 4.5 games up on the Giants and 6 games up on the Padres. The Dodgers have now won 5 straight games, including going for the sweep here. We get Burgess going up against Yamamoto. Burgess has pitched all of 7 times this year. 3 of them were starts, 19 and a third innings, 5 earned runs, 8 walks, 16 strikeouts. Not really going to put much stock into that one, although he has been going at least 4 or 5 innings the last couple of games. Yamamoto on the opposite side, 14 starts, 6-5 record, a 2.64 ERA, 78.3 innings, 23 earned runs, 30 walks, 90 strikeouts. He's been great this year. He's coming off of a bad start, 5 earned runs in 4 2/3. In his last 3 starts, he's had 2 of them where he's allowed 4 or more. So he's either going to be lights out or he's going to allow 4 or more. And when I look at the hitting stats for this one, Dodgers number 1 in baseball versus right-handed pitching. And then San Diego is 13th at 104, 100% hitting advantage and pitching advantage towards the Doll Hairs. In terms of line movement, it's gone from 130 to 156, so line moving towards the Dodgers. Although the money's not really going that way because 85% of the bets and 42% of the money is on the Dodgers, which is going to end up keeping me off because I wanted to grab the Dodgers here. I thought it was going to be a Dodgers play. It is not looking that way, so I'm just going to stay off of it. I'm going to stick with the plays that I have here, and that's going to be a pass for that one. Will there be a grand slam plus 1,200 for the Dodgers? I don't think that's enough value for me. That's saying that the Dodgers are going to get a grand slam 1 out of every 12 games. And I don't think that's accurate. Padres money line. Bad CLV for me now because it's plus 219. Now they win. No way they win now. The players watch the line movement. Yeah, for sure. Just anyone but the Dodgers or Yankees to win the World Series. Remember when the Royals won the World Series? Good times. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yes, I remember when the Royals won the World Series. It crushed me. It was against my Mets, asshole. Going for the Astros. I'm sorry, Tim. Why you? I'm saying this, but West, go Astros. Okay. I smelled Dodgers extended clip. I was looking towards the Dodgers, but couldn't do it. All right. Could this potentially be the last game in the NBA season tonight? We got the Thunder and the Pacers, and the biggest question mark is Tyrese Halliburton. Because we don't know whether or not he's going to be playing tonight. Let's see if we have any update on him. Doesn't believe the Pacers should sit Halliburton in Game 6. He should. They're saying he should play. It doesn't matter. Either way, I don't think it matters. Because I'm gonna say this: NBA wants a Game 7. NBA is a money league. We've seen it before. And I look at one big thing with the Thunder. They have, let's see, how often have they covered on the road in the playoffs? In Denver, they did not cover any of those. They did not cover any game at Memphis. They didn't cover any game at Denver. They did not cover any game at at Minnesota, and they covered Game 4 against Indiana. So they've covered one road game this year. Give me the Pacers plus 6.5. I think they're able to at least cover, or if not, force a Game 7, which a Game 7 would be on Sunday. And you know they will want a Game 7 in OKC. So give me the Pacers here. I'm taking them plus the 6.5. I think this one forces a Game 7. On the L, Pacers money line. I mean, the Royals not having the biggest payroll every year. Oh, no, I saw it. I saw it as when they won against the Mets. I thought you were trying to be an ass. 6.5. NBA is rigged. Damn, I want to come back later. If the Pacers will win and when the NBA is rigged, let's see, because the refs definitely sway the games 1,000% for certain teams. Too bad no Scott Foster. Of course, there's no Scott Foster. Right when we need him. But that is everything for today's card. I'll have the. I believe there is some WNBA and there's a CFL game tonight, so those will be up on the site as well. If you guys are interested in checking that all out. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll be back again tomorrow. Yes, I'll be back on Friday and then Monday because no weekends. Plus, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. So that's going to do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.